Hello and welcome to episode 25 of the Brick Clubhouse podcast. My name is Evan, and I am joined with my co-host, Mr. Chris Davis. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Evan. Thank you. Last names.
There you go.
Fancy.
Did I say my last name?
No, but that's okay.
Just yours.
We'll keep you secret.
There you go.
We wouldn't want people to track you down.
Yeah, no, we don't want that. We are back for
We
episode
are.
25.
We're starting to get into a routine again
A
after
little bit.
weddings and travels
And
and
honeymoons
and meetings and all sorts of things.
there you
So
go.
it's nice. And there's no baseball tonight,
But
but let's hold the baseball talk.
tomorrow.
But I do know I heard from some of our listeners they like the baseball talk.
There you go.
So we'll get into that in a minute.
Oh, will we?
I thought we could start today's show. I put out on Instagram this morning asking our listeners for if they had any questions for us. You know, kind of like a little ask me anything for the Brick Clubhouse. And we got some, but I picked one for us to go over. We may talk about some of the other ones later, but if you would like to submit a question for us on the show, you can do that at our Instagram account, Brick Clubhouse, or on our website, brickclubhouse.com, or on Facebook. We're the Brick Clubhouse. Surprising how that all worked out.
Did you get all of that?
I did.
No, not you, them. Did you guys get all of that?
Yeah, make sure. Write it down. Don't forget. But we did get some questions, and so this came from one of you out there. Other than the Dodgers, go blue, what hobbies do you have outside of Lego? So a little get to know us kind of question today.
Yeah. I play some video games here and there. I wasn't able to a lot the past couple years while I was in grad school, but now that I've settled in to my new home with my lovely wife, I've been getting to play a lot more, which is really fun. Making my way through Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom again, kind of, finally. I've also mentioned it, I think, here a couple of times, but I play Ultimate Frisbee on Sunday afternoons in a city Ultimate Frisbee league. I play board games with friends a lot, and my brothers. Outside of Lego, obviously, is the question. So then there's
Yeah.
Lego too. But
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I kind of turned Lego into my job, so it's hard to think of it as a hobby anymore. Now owning the store,
it's your profession.
Bricks and Minifigs, San Diego North. We
Subtle.
forgot to mention that at the beginning of the show.
Subtle.
I just
We're getting
jumped
there.
in. But anyway, yeah, so hobbies outside of Lego for me and outside of baseball, since that was already established in the
Yeah.
question.
It was.
I do like to travel.
Is that a hobby?
Can it be? I think so. I mean,
Sure. There you go.
I like to travel. I collect Disney pins,
I do that too.
so that's a hobby.
I do.
I also have I don't know if it's a hobby or maybe an addiction to Apple products.
That's true.
Yeah, you've been to my house. You've seen them all.
I've just been in your life and you talk about it.
And I mean,
Evan, tell me why I don't need to buy another iPad.
I did buy an iPad.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But I didn't buy the newest iPad.
Oh, restraint.
And I didn't buy the newest iPhone.
For the first time.
For the first time
ever.
Since 2008. Yeah.
There you go.
I couldn't buy the first iPhone in 2007
But
because
you were there when it was announced.
I was there when it was announced.
Which is better.
Yeah, but it didn't work with my email system at work, so I had to wait for them to do software to work. But anyway, so Apple products, I think, and following Apple, like I would say, is a hobby as well.
You're a tech guy.
Yeah. Before the store, I also used to say like doing yard work and stuff, but I haven't planted flowers. My poor house has been completely neglected since I opened the store. So you would never know at one point I cared about my yard and what it looked like. Yeah, those are kind of my hobbies.
There's some hobbies.
And hanging out at the store. Although that's, as we established, really isn't a hobby.
Not quite a hobby.
It is my job. If you'd like to discuss hobbies, you could swing by and say hi at the store. Bricks and Minifigs, San Diego North, that help make this all possible. It's great to be back talking Lego tonight. We do have a little bit of follow-up now that we got to know us a little better. we held the D&D, the tabletop role-playing game event at our store last Saturday. It feels like a lot longer ago, but it was just last Saturday.
Not quite a week.
And we were attempting to get a world record, and we did it. So Bricks and Minifigs, we got the world record. The record is the most simultaneous players in multiple locations in multiple countries playing a role-playing tabletop game.
Multiple countries?
Yes. The U.S. and Canada. We've got Bricks and Minifigs in Canada.
That barely counts as multiple countries.
No,
but technically it does.
It does count.
Oh, I never said it didn't. I said it barely counts.
It barely counts. Oh, Canada. Can we sing their national
home
anthem?
and native land.
Yeah, no. I don't think people want to hear us sing.
Hmm.
Are you good? Do you like to sing, Evan? I don't know. I sing in the car a lot.
I do like to sing.
But
I do like to sing.
I don't know that I
have been told that I have the singing voice of a young Celine Dion, so.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
I've never been told that. It's not a thing.
I went to a Celine Dion concert once. That's a whole different story.
You're correct.
But we don't need to go into such things. There's some things happening in Lego.
As there usually is.
Yeah, coming up. Yeah, it's funny how they never really take a break. And
they don't.
There's some new sets coming out November 1st that I thought would be fun to talk about. Rather big sets, and ones that people have been talking about and wanting for a long time. The first one...
You want to get the first one?
Yeah, that we're going to discuss is the X-Men Mansion. Now, this goes along with the other Marvel modular sets that they've come out. So it's got the little Technic pin, so you can put it with your Sanctum, Sanctorum, or the Daily Bugle, or Avengers Tower. So this fits right along with them. This set has 3,093 pieces and is item number 76294. It comes with a whole bunch of minifigures.
Some good ones.
Some great minifigures. We've got Wolverine, who looks to be mostly a reuse of the CMF from last year.
Yes, but without the dual-molded legs.
And then we've got Professor X, which is a new one. We've got Storm, who is also mostly from the CMF, but her cape has yellow around the edges this time instead of just the plain white. We've got Cyclops, we've got Rogue, we've got Iceman, we've got Gambit.
For the first time.
Yeah.
He better make a name for himself. Yeah.
We got Bishop, we've got Magneto, and we've got Jean Grey. The whole team's there. Plus, we have giant brick-built Sentinel that comes along with it.
Which is a better brick-built Sentinel than the older brick-built Sentinel.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. The joints on it are really cool. It's really posable, and I think for me, the figures are what really make this set. I have to say, the building looks fun. It looks cool, but because they kind of stuck to the modular style, I feel like the build itself looks a little small.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I saw videos of it being compared next to like the Natural History Museum. The floors are just taller in the Natural History Museum. Like I think there's only 2 stories in the Natural History Museum as well, but they're taller. So the X Mansion looks kind of small next to it. It is based off of the X-Men 97 TV series. It's based off of that version of the X Mansion.
Yeah,
some people wanted
the castle-esque version from the movies.
Yeah, I'm not a huge X-Men guy. I don't know much about it, so I don't really have a preference one way or the other, which also means that I don't have a huge attachment to any of these characters. I literally didn't know that Gambit was a character until Deadpool and Wolverine. So there you go. I don't have as much to say about this one, but I know that you're in.
I got really into the X-Men because of the movies.
Yeah.
And so I'm more...
Which I did watch growing up, but it's been so long I forget like everything about them.
I loved 1 and 2, 3 was there, but then...
3 existed.
But then like First Class and Days of Future Past, like I love those movies.
Yeah.
They were so good.
I loved X2 growing up. And I remember X-Men Origins Wolverine was like always on cable television. So I've seen it a bajillion times. And when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this movie. And then I got older and everyone hated
you
on
didn't
it,
know how
and I was
bad
like,
it was.
oh, I guess it's not very good. I know
It
better.
actually wasn't bad, but
Well, yeah, I think I know better now, like with all the Deadpool stuff, obviously. But I do remember seeing First Class in the theaters and loving it. But I haven't seen any of the other X-Men movies in that era. So like I
Oh.
haven't seen Days of Future Past. I
really
haven't seen
should watch that
Apocalypse. I
one.
haven't seen any of and I really want to. I really, really want to.
The Steelbook of the Rogue cut of Days of Future Past. They did two different cuts
Oh, that's
because they
cool.
cut Rogue out of it from the first. Anyway, we don't need to get into
Yeah.
X-Men movie history, but so I got to know X-Men mostly from the films and then came to the comics and stuff later. So I know a lot of these characters. They're not in the costumes that I think of them in.
Yeah, they're more like the classic comic book look.
Yeah, but I have read a number of their comics, and so it is fun to see them in this way. I'm really excited for the set. I'm looking forward to it, even if I was a little disappointed in kind of the scope of the mansion itself. I just think getting all of these characters together will be super fun and look great with the other builds.
Yeah.
I haven't quite decided like if I will put it alongside the other Marvel modulars or if I'll kind of mix it in with my other city modulars, because I kind of think it looks silly next to either Avengers Tower or the Daily Bugle.
Well, I mean, all three. So Sanctum, Daily Bugle, and Avengers Tower are all located in downtown Manhattan. So, like, yes, it's out of place. Thematically, it's not. It's up to you. It is interesting. The mansion itself does look a little bit plain if you take all the minifigures off. Like, if you take all the minifigures off, you would have no idea that it was supposed to be a Marvel set. Like, there's not really anything other than, like, the plaque out front that would even indicate that. So, it definitely is one that you want to keep the minifigures with it. For sure.
And it does have the battle damage in the front.
Yeah, I would assume that that's something that you can build up, kind of like you can.
All the other sets you can. So we haven't got our hands on it yet, so we'll know.
It's also worth mentioning real quick just some of the interior details. There are 3 rooms on each floor, although one of the rooms, the danger room, takes up the first and second floor on one of the sides. But you got Wolverine's bedroom where you can recreate the classic meme. You got the classroom and library. You got a little room for Cerebro, and then the front entranceway. Speaking of Cerebro,
I mean, Cerebro is a room,
right?
I mean,
I said
Professor
Cerebro.
Yeah,
I apologize. My verbiage was wrong. Speaking of Cerebro, if you purchase this set when it releases, there is a Cerebro gift with purchase that will be available. It's a little kind of vignette diorama style build.
It looks really cool.
It looks good.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So I can say that.
Yeah. So there you go. That's kind of the X Mansion. The other big set coming out in November is the new Lego Ideas set. This is set number 21353. This is the Lego Ideas Botanical Garden. This set is beautiful. Go buy it. That's it.
It is.
We're done.
No. And this is one that's been rumored and people have been talking about for a long time.
Oh, it's amazing. So for those of you who are kind of in tuned with the Lego sphere, you know that last year the Lego Friends Botanical Garden set came out, which was universally praised as potentially the best Lego Friends set. Really, really great. Tiago Catarino, one of the YouTubers that I follow, he did a video where he bought 2 of them and combined them together. And when I saw that, and when there was the rumor for this Botanical Garden Lego Idea set, I remember saying, I was like, I hope that this Lego Idea set is basically like 2 of the Friends sets put together. It's kind of like 4 of them put together.
I think it's even better than that.
Awesome. So this set comes with 3,792 pieces. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that's the highest piece count for a Lego Ideas set ever.
Maybe.
The only one that I think might be close is the Home Alone set. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to check that right now. Yeah, Home Alone has 3,955. So Home Alone beats this one out by almost 200 pieces. So never mind. However, it does have the most minifigures out of a Lego Ideas set with, I think, 12, which is really awesome. And so you got 2 like caretakers for the plants. You have a grandfather with their grandchild, and they have like the headphones around their neck for like the audio tour. You got a mother and son. There's a minifigure for the fan designer that's supposed to be like
they made her
curator of the museum of the garden. You got another like landscaper, another couple of people. He got a photographer. There is a visually impaired person with a special new face print on both sides. So their eyes are closed on both sides of the
Yeah.
head, and they have like, it's like an old Harry Potter wand as like a walking stick. But that was something that they definitely wanted to add in. This set is gorgeous. It sits on 2 full-size base plates.
Yeah, it's huge.
And they created 1, 2, 3, 4 brand new elements for this set. So the main one is the way it's designed is it's one floor with a giant atrium in the middle, and then the roofs lift off, and it's open roof. So it's like glass. It's like clear, transparent plastic pieces to look like a glass roof. And the corner pieces on each floor is a new piece. It's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of like a quarter dome almost. It's like a corner piece, but it's transparent and it's kind of like arched, and it looks really cool. And then another new element to pair with that is a 1x5 arched piece, which is new. They used to be the old ones are 1x6. This is 1x5. And then they also created 2 new flower pieces. I forget what they're calling them, but in the front of the building, there's a bunch of flowers, and that new piece has been used in different colors to pair with existing pieces to create new flower combinations, which look really good.
They look so great.
Then the second new piece is they made a new tulip piece, which looks very good as well, which you can see in the pictures. I think I watched the video of the designer showing it off in Billund, and I think the number was 35 specific species of plants that are represented in this set.
Yeah. I mean, there's
amazing
trees and flowers and shrubs and all sorts of things. For those that live here in San Diego, like it kind of looks like in Balboa Park, the botanical garden building there that they just redid. But I mean, this is all glass. It's very kind of reminiscent of, things you'd see in more like European kind of big parks. It looks great. I'm really excited for this. It's interesting.
Closed back, by the way, which might be inferred, but it's fully sealed, fully closed.
Yeah, because even in the back, though, you have like on one side there's a little cafe, and so there's seating in the back of the cafe on one side, and it is
a little cactus room on the other side.
Yeah, it's fully enclosed. The roofs come off, some of the walls come off, so you can get into the interior easily. It's interesting, though, that as an idea set, they did not make it part of the city modulars. Like, it's not, it doesn't have the Technic pins. It doesn't go to the edge of the base plates.
I feel like it was intentional. Like, I feel like they wanted to keep it its own thing.
I think so.
Because the modular line is like its own thing, Yeah, so like there's no sidewalk in the front. There's an entry walk between the flowers. I mean, there's 2 studs of space on both ends, so you could add your own little you could like hide a little Technic brick in there.
Make it happen.
You could totally make it work because the fact that it's on those base plates. But yeah,
I mean, I don't really care. I'm going to put it up in my city.
I do want to put it next to my Natural History Museum, though. I say
they go
out a Natural History Museum.
They'll go so well
together. But yeah, so you can take off the roofs, and then you can take off, like Chris said, kind of 2 of the panels of each of the side rooms, and so it can be very open, and you can really access things. Something cool too is that there's 2 big trees in the middle atrium. There's a eucalyptus tree, and it's not a palm. It's a type of palm tree. I forget what it's called now. They said it earlier in the video I was watching. Anyways, but you can actually take those out. They're kind of like the Tranquil Garden set. You can move around the different like trees and plants in that set. You can take these ones out similarly to give you access and to be able to see all the little other plants in that large atrium. Something cool is that there's a good amount of open space in the middle atrium, and yet so it feels like open, but also like they crammed a ton of plants in there, but it doesn't feel crammed. Like,
no,
I think a really good job.
I think because they were able to use 2 full base plates.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel cramped. Like they had plenty of space to work with.
Yeah. It's longer than the Natural History Museum.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't 2 full base plates.
No, that's 1.5.
Yeah. So it's awesome. And as of course, the botanical line of sets has been really popular the past few years. And one of the best things they do with that set is they recolor pieces into new colors, and they try to find ways to make plants out of existing Lego pieces.
Yeah.
And they come up with new creative ways that blow me away every time. And this set is no different. I saw like a little micro like Birds of Paradise in there earlier, which was so cool. And they have printed tiles for like little like information plaques. They're not actually legible, but like they have different ones to put throughout the display. It's gorgeous. The color scheme, by the way, we haven't mentioned what the color. It's white with sand green windows and accents all around, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and then on the inside, the floor is kind of all different shades of tan, kind of tiled floor look.
Yeah. I think what's cool too is that for all the interior details, like we're accustomed to with a lot of these modulars, the exterior details of this set, especially in the front, are so pretty that it's going to look really good on display because there's so many flowers and there's a fountain and there's a giant like autumn colored tree and there's like little like cedar saplings. Like there's so much beautiful detail on the outside that you can just put it somewhere and look at it, and it's busy and it's full and it's great.
I think it was all the work they did with the new flower pieces and then doing them all in multiple colors. It just is really pops because you've got pink and purples and reds and all the different shades of green and all with the white backdrop of the building. This is one of my top idea sets of the year.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, it is. And the new flower piece, it comes in 5 different colors, I believe, and then the new tulip piece comes in 2 or 3 different colors. And they put like the ice cream piece on the new piece, and that's supposed to be one specific type of flower. And I think it's all in the instruction manual.
Yeah,
I think every flower is so specific, and like it's actually based off of a real life plant or flower. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's crazy that this also comes out November 1st. If you're picking both of these up, it could be an expensive November 1st.
Speaking of which, if you're picking both of these up, there is going to be a really cool Lego Ideas gift with purchase as well.
It's kind of a little entry into the botanical garden. It's kind of a little sidewalk with an entry gate and more of the flowers in different colors that aren't in the garden themselves. So if you want to gather all of the flower colors, you'll need to pick this up as well.
That's right. You're actually talking about a different one than I was thinking. That's right. There's the gift with purchase for the botanical garden as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad you covered that one. The one I was thinking of is actually, it is a Lego Ideas set, but it's the Books Are My Passion gift with purchase.
Oh, yeah.
This one's coming out pretty soon. I don't have the exact dates.
The 28th.
28th.
That one will release before the botanical garden comes out.
I think the threshold for this was like $120 or something.
$130.
$130. Okay. Yeah, this is really, really cute set. My wife definitely wants this one. Just a bookcase with really cool different techniques to make it look like it's filled with books on the shelf. There's a little minifigure head on the top that has the glow printed on it, and there's like one of those classic like librarian ladders.
I know. I love that.
And then a nice little coffee table, a little plant, and a little cozy armchair, and a book and a minifigure. And so it's, Bailey and I, we have this little book nook in our house, and this looks like a little book nook, and it's probably going to go in our little book nook.
It's a great little one. I want to pick it up as well. Yeah. It's fun.
Some good gift with purchases.
I always wanted one of those like library ladders in my house.
Yeah, knowing my wife, and if we ever get to have the kind of house we want someday, we'll probably have one of those in our house someday.
My parents have one, but alas, I do not. I guess I could have done my new library such for that, but
it's a Lego library, not a book library.
I know. There are books in it.
Sure.
There are. There's a
books
few
about Lego.
There are, and then there's a Harry Potter shelf. And my Lord of the Rings shelf. So there's some books.
There's a shelf for that. Remember the old ads? Like, there's not for that.
Yep.
There's a shelf for that.
Yeah, because those were all Apple. So we've come full circle.
There we go.
So those will be coming out November 1st. We'll be having them in the store, probably not right on the 1st, but shortly thereafter. So,
I think I saw that. I think that the X-Matching was out on the 4th, actually.
For insiders, it releases on the 1st.
That's weird. Oh, there now. Oh, that's weird. It says early access down there. Yep, there it is.
So,
even though I'm logged in,
yeah, we'll do our best to get those shortly after they release in the store. So, if you want to see them in person,
along with hopefully some of the gift with purchases,
yeah, because Those are super fun, and it's always great to have those in the store as well. Speaking of the store, we do have some new things in there. There were a whole bunch of Star Wars figures we got in this week.
Some good ones.
Yeah, somebody brought in like 2 or 3 like gallon-sized bags of figures, and we've been going through them. And we had almost all the commanders
Yeah.
lined up in the case.
All of them except for Commander Wolf.
Yep,
The best one.
no Wolf. That one sold already. Otherwise, we would have had them all together. And Captain Rex. I mistakenly put the captain with the commander,
Uncultured.
and then somebody pointed out.
And then Wesley was like, "Hey, you should put them with all their generals." And Chris goes, "I want to know where to begin." And then Wesley called you a casual,
Yeah,
like you are.
And then I asked him, "Well, who would be the general for this one?" And he's like, "Oh, well, that one doesn't have a general." I'm like, "Well, then how am I supposed
Who
to know
were you
that?"
asking about?
I don't remember.
Gree?
No, because Gree was with Yoda.
Yoda, yeah.
I know that because Wesley told
That's
me.
so funny. Fox?
So, it may have been Fox.
Yeah, I don't know whose Foxes would be.
Anyway. Oh, but yeah, we had Fox.
Do you know who Wolf is? The Wolf Pack?
I did because we were just discussing this in the store.
Yeah.
And I don't remember.
Dang. It's Plo Koon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We just
That's Dave Filoni's favorite Jedi. And so he created the Wolf Pack, which is his favorite animal.
his Starfighter was part of that buy with all of these.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
The gang's all there then.
Close bros.
But they're all in the case. Super fun having a bunch of new clones.
Okay, sorry, last
People
one.
love-
Because you have to know this one. Captain Rex. Who's his general?
Anakin.
Okay.
That one I know. That one I do know. I'm not like a Clone Wars expert, but I know.
And by
enough.
not a Clone Wars expert, he means I've never seen the show.
No, I have.
Mm.
I have.
Different
Not all of it.
stories. Oh, you
Not,
finished
not
it.
all of it.
Okay.
But I saw the last season. I watched.
Yeah.
My son watched it all the time.
You can
so
skip,
it was always
you can
in
skip the middle
background.
3 or 4 episodes of the last season. The rest of them were great.
One year for my birthday, it was my son's first movie he ever went to in the theater. Was the original Clone Wars cartoon.
And it only went up from there.
Yep. So, but that was fun to get to see that on my birthday.
Yeah, so
That's my son's first movie.
we have a phase 1 Rex and Cody. We have a phase 1 Gree.
Yep.
Phase 1 Fox. I think that's it.
And then a whole bunch of just like the regular clones.
Have they made a Commander Bly? Oh, we have the phase 2. Oh, phase 2 Fox, one from the Coruscant Guard gunship as well. The newer one. And I think that Captain Vaughn from the Ahsoka Battle Pack also came in. But as we know, those newer ones aren't as good. So
No. But then just a bunch of just the regular clones from across all sorts of different
Mace Windu's
classes.
purple clones,
The
just retired.
purples. Yeah, the 212s, the orange, the Ahsoka's group with the blue and orange helmets.
Is there?
So, see, I kind of know.
A little bit.
I know enough.
A little bit.
So, but it's super fun.
Although I
to
would call
see,
the 212 yellow, but technically yellow, orange, yellow.
but they're orange Lego figures. They use orange.
Depends on which version. Anyways,
I guess.
it doesn't matter.
Oh my! But those
No, I'm
aren't
just trying to give you a hard time.
Yes, I deserve it. I should know. I should know better. But those aren't the only minifigs we got, and we also got a bunch of restock of a bunch of the CMFs, like Marvel, Muppets, Simpsons, Looney Tunes.
Simpsons. That's been one that's been on there for a while.
Actually, and same with Marvel, especially with Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine's been really popular. Agatha's been really popular with her show. So it was fun getting all of those back in. Moon Knight, Storm, Mr. Moon. They're all back.
What did
in
you
the
just
case.
say? Say Mr. Moon?
Yeah, isn't
This guy. It's Mr. Knight.
Mr. Yeah,
It's
you're
the
right.
other half of the name. Bro.
I know.
It's my boy Stephen
but-
Grant right there.
Oh yeah. Well, he's in the case too. They're
Yeah,
all there.
That Moon Knight minifigure is far and away the best
It's
out of all of them.
it is such a good figure.
Best Marvel minifigure ever.
I don't know about that, but it's
Best Marvel
It's-
minifigure ever.
it's a good one.
Although, actually, I will say the Sam Wilson Captain America from that series is also fantastic. Not that series. It was actually Marvel Series 1.
Yeah, I like some of the series ones.
The
The what if
printing
ones.
that they did, they went all out on that Sam Wilson Captain America figure.
I think they did.
was
Quite a few of them we digress, though. They're all in the case, so swing by if there are some of those licensed CMS you've been hoping to get.
Yeah, for the Muppets, Kermit Goes Fast.
Yeah, Kermit.
Animal's pretty popular too, but it's actually Statler.
Statler and Waldorf go
And
quickly
Waldorf, yeah.
as well. Swedish Chef is popular.
Yeah.
Beaker's popular. I mean, a lot of the Muppets.
Yeah, but Kermit's number one. So if you need Kermit,
absolutely.
swing by. And then for the Looney Tunes one, I mean Bugs and Daffy.
Yeah, they
Those ones go quick.
They go real fast.
So,
yeah, and then the Simpsons.
but you need the Lola Bunny minifigure.
She does not sell as well.
No, she doesn't. But I know a guy. There's a guy on Instagram who he's just he tries to be weird. And anyways, he has a series of videos where he has a mason jar and he opens up random Looney Tunes CMF bags looking for Lola Bunny figures to add to the jar. So there's this just this jar filled with Lola Bunny minifigures. And it's just the weirdest thing.
All right, we'll put that in the show notes for anyone.
No, we won't.
Needing. No, we won't.
Bailey hates those videos. The guy's voice is so funny.
All right, we won't be putting that. So
just look it up.
Yeah, I would say you can search it if you really want.
Tell him that Evan sent you. He won't know what that means.
Yeah, just everyone start putting in his comments. Evan sent us.
His name is Wyatt Matters. Anyways.
One other thing in the store. This is the last call for the spooky bulk bag. October 31st, Halloween will be the last day you can bring those bags in to refill them. So do that if you have a bag, or you can still pick up a bag.
It's a good deal.
And start over. Okay, or start fresh.
One last thing about this guy. He also is the owner of the world's largest Lego Plankton minifigure collection.
Okay.
And by minifigure, I mean one of those 1x1 cylinder bricks that have a plankton face printed on it.
We got one out of bulk buy today.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Bulk buys. Can I have that? I want to buy that.
If I can find it.
I want to buy that.
Plankton and then the little snail. I don't do SpongeBob.
You don't know.
So
Harry the snail.
Yeah, the snail was also in that, but none of the other. Oh, there were bits and parts of other figures from the SpongeBob universe, but
that's fun.
Yeah. So last call on the spooky bulk bag, if you're interested in that. But before we go, we have to have a moment of baseball.
Yes.
Okay. Predictions for the series.
Yeah, so
Dodgers, Yankees.
Those of you that don't know, Dodgers and Yankees start the series tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Thursday. World Series starts on Friday. Honest thoughts.
Okay, I'll be brief because I could go on for a long time.
No, people don't need that. But I did put it at the end for a reason.
Yeah, so we're done with Lego. So if you don't care about baseball, or if you're a Padres fan and you're still sad that we shut you guys out for 24 straight innings, then you can log off.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. My honest thoughts, I think either the series is close and goes back and forth and goes to a game 7, or the Dodgers are just going to blow them out. And the reason I say that, I know I'm a biased Dodger fan. I will say that at the get-go, but they scored 46 runs against the Mets in the CS. If that same offense shows up, the Yankees pitching has faced the Royals and the Guardians, two of the middle to worst teams in most offensive categories. Dodgers are arguably the best offense in baseball.
Yeah.
And have been the best offense in the playoffs. So if the Dodgers jump on them in game 1, and we got Yamamoto going game 2, I feel like we can go up 2-0 pretty easily. But that's assuming we can beat Garrett Cole tomorrow.
Yeah, that's big.
Like I said, if the series if it's a short series, I think it favors the Dodgers and their offense. If it goes long, I mean it's a toss up. Really.
Yeah,
it could go either way. Biggest X factors I think are whether or not Judge shows up and how good our starters do. I think both starters, because if we get to their bullpen quick too, then that bodes well for us. So the name of the game with this series is getting the starters out early. Whoever does that better, I think, has a chance to win.
As a Dodger fan, I am kind of surprised we're even here. The way our injuries went the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Like if you would have told me late July or early August, as all these guys were going on the IL, that we were still going to make it to the World Series, I would have been surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling as good.
But I have to say, the offense in the playoffs has just exploded.
Yeah.
They were good in the regular season.
I never really fully hit their stride, though.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
And that's without Freddie Freeman.
I know.
Just crazy. Yeah.
And so for me, I think if the offense can stay hot,
we're winning. Sure.
It'll be really hard to stop them because I think even with the Yankees' probably superior starting pitching, at least
Starting depth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a few good ones, and then Bueller's question mark. He's had some great outings recently, but
I never doubt Bueller in the playoffs.
I think he does show up for the big game.
Yeah, and even that game against the Padres, none of those runs were his fault.
No.
Other than the homer to Tatis. That's it.
But I mean, our starters just have a bad ERA. There's
Yeah.
all you can.
Well, the thing is that they've been back and forth. Flaherty's been back and forth. Flaherty went 7 shutout, and he's also not done good. So, yeah, like I said, starters are a big X factor.
I think if the Dodgers offense can stay hot, and if we can get to their bullpen quickly,
yeah,
I think we've got a pretty good shot.
Well, when you said you didn't think they'd get this far, you're surprised they got this far. Yeah, if you would have told me a month ago they'd be here, I'd been like, oh, well, okay. But watching them play over the past 2 weeks,
oh no,
they looked like the best team in baseball.
Once we got to the playoffs,
yeah,
just their attitude was like they're going all the way.
Ever since Game 4 against the Padres, they've looked like the best team in baseball.
Yeah,
so I actually feel like maybe unrealistically confident right now. But I probably say, I think I said to Bailey Dodgers in 7 the other day. I'm gonna go Dodgers in 6.
Dodgers in 6.
I'm feeling good.
That's been my thought. I do think if it gets to 7, who knows?
I do think though, I was watching John Boy. They were saying they think it's going to be a slugfest. I could see a few games being a slugfest. I don't know if you're going to see a slugfest game 1 necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I think our bullpen is just so deep and so good, and so is our lineup.
Our bullpen definitely is superior to the Yankees.
Yeah, and the bottom half of the Yankees lineup, if they're clicking, they're good, but they haven't really been.
No,
and so our lineup, I think, is vastly deeper.
1 to 9, I think our lineup is better. Our bullpen is better.
Yep. Can
we take out their starters?
So funny. I was watching John Boy talking baseball, and Jake, who's a Yankees fan, him and Trevor Plouffe, they agreed on all of this. They said Yankees have an edge in the rotation, Dodgers have the edge in the bullpen, Dodgers have the edge in the lineup, Dodgers have the edge on defense and base running. And Jake, as a Yankees fan, was like, "Yeah, I agree with all of that." So I feel pretty good.
But I think the edge is narrow in some of those categories.
I think every single edge is narrow, other than the bullpen.
Yeah, the bullpen. I don't think you can say, but
that's not to say the Yankees don't have good bullpen arms, because they do. I think we have 6 or 7 leverage guys that Dave Roberts trusts to get almost anyone out, and the Yankees have like 2 or 3.
So by the time people hear this,
we could be
game 1 and 2 will be over.
Yeah,
it'll probably post sometime around game 3.
Yeah.
We'll see. So next time we record, it'll either be over or right at the end.
Next time we record would be like Thursday. Yeah, I mean, if we sweep, if someone sweeps, it'll be over.
Yeah, but
that's probably not going to happen.
We might have to delay recording depending on how the series goes.
Yeah. The other thing,
so programming note, out there in internet land.
This is kind of like along the lines of what I've already said, but this was echoed by Jake from John Boy, who's a Yankees fan. He was saying like, I think Foolish Bailey said it, and he agreed. He said, if a team is going to jump on a team early and potentially like end this in 4 or 5 games, it's going to be the Dodgers with their offense. And Jake was like, yeah, that's probably true. But we all kind of agree that the more likely situation is that it goes 6 or 7. But if it ends early, I feel good about our chances.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It could be a long week.
Last thing I'll say, if we get to Garrett Cole tomorrow and win that game, I think we're ready to see it.
I think tomorrow, we'll find out tomorrow. So thank you for joining us here tonight. And thank you to Bricks and Minifigs San Diego North for making this happen. Swing by if you're in the area at 9881 Carmel Mountain Road. We'd love to see you and talk minifigs and baseball and whatever else you'd like to talk about. If you have a question you would like us to answer to maybe start the show, maybe that'll be our new thing. You can post it on social media or on the website. And we would love for you to give us a rating where you listen to your podcast, or next time you're in the store, throw us a Google rating. We would love that too. So that brings us to the end of episode 25. So say goodnight, Evan.
Goodbye.